welcome to the Midday News. I'm Tracy Ba. The PNG University of Technology Council and senior executive management team have corrected misleading information circulated via various social media platforms regarding a picture depicting empty graduate seats at the 56th graduation ceremony on Friday, 5th of April 2024. The university confirmed that the ceremony was delayed due to the late arrival of Prime Minister James Marape. Contrary to what is being speculated on social media, graduating students did not walk off during Marape's speech, nor did PM Marape's speech spoke to empty seats. According to the university, the Prime Minister delivered his speech before the graduates received their degrees and was witnessed by a fully engaged audience. The Independent Consumer and Competition Commission, or ICCC, announced that the retail fuel prices for the month of April for customers in Port Moresby is petrol, 4 kina 66 toya, diesel, 4 kina 39 toya, and kerosene, 4 kina 5 toya per litres. Other centres will have their change according to the quarterly approved domestic freight rates for the second quarter of 2024. The prices set by ICCC are the inductive maximum retail prices. However, retailers may choose to sell below the ICCC approved maximum price. ICCC warned retailers not to change above the indicative retail price for this month because ICCC's inspectors will conduct spot checks to ensure there is compliance by retailers. Customers are advised to report any instances of overcharging by retailers to ICCC Consumer Protection Division. Papua New Guinea Defence Force 2nd Regiment, Pacific Highland Regiment, Mohem Barracks in Wewak has opened a new accommodation facility recently. Deputy Secretary for Defence Simon Tupani and Australian Department of Defence Assistant Secretary for Pacific Infrastructure Laura Darlington formally opened the new live-in accommodation facility. The LIA will provide accommodation for 100 PNGDF soldiers from 2 RPIR and includes new bathroom and laundry facilities as well as new sleeping and living quarters. The LIA will be further supported by solar panels and battery storage to ensure there is ongoing power. The PNGDF and ADF have a long history of cooperation, and Australia is proud to deliver this new accommodation to the PNGDF. Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Tkachenko stated that PNG does not see China as an enemy, but is supporting the Philippines in advocacy for the international community to follow the rule of law in the West Philippine Sea. Tkachenko added that China is one of PNG's biggest trading and economic trading partner. During the inaugural Philippines-PNG policy consultation in Manila last week, Philippines Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrico Manalo updated Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Tkachenko on the challenges faced by the Philippines in the West Philippine Sea and discussed possible defense cooperations among many years to improve bilateral relationship. Last month, Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. warned China that his country won't back as tensions escalated in the disputed South China Sea. In regional news, 10-year-old Ashton Osborne has raised more than $5,000 for people sleeping rough on Canberra streets. He's used the money to supply hundreds of emergency food packs for the early morning centre.
A 10-year-old boy wants to help people. I think he's very special. Wow.
Ashton has a really strong sense of justice and fairness. It's a really strong character trait of his. We would be walking past homeless people in the street and he would be really upset by it, ask why. people were living on the streets and wonder what he could do to help them.
It was very sad for me to see those people on the streets. I just felt really sad for them, and I feel like everyone should have the same opportunities as me. For the first few weeks I just bought a few small things from the shopping centre that me and my dad and mum go to. But then my mum and dad introduced me to the early morning centre and I started raising money through them. My target was to raise $5,000, which was 500 packs.
I actually couldn't even believe that was the target. I love that someone so young aimed so high.
He came home and quickly made presentations and presented them to family and friends, and saw quite quickly that people were prepared to give him some money so that he could do the shopping, buy the food and deliver it to the early morning centre.
I've reached $5,000, which was my target, but I still have to deliver a few more. I'm doing 2 a week, which is 20 a week.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
Happy and kind of excited, surprised I would make it this far.
We're super proud of him and all he's achieved.
He's supplied us with a month's worth of emergency food packs to give to our guests. That is amazing for anyone to give, let alone for a 10-year-old to do.
My friends don't really talk about it much. When I first told them, they're like, oh, that's cool, yeah. But mostly we just talk about soccer.
More than 1 million mobile phones could be cut off from calling 000 within months. The ABC can exclusively reveal rising alarm about Australia's readiness for the imminent shutdown of the 3G network. Telstra is due to switch off its 3G network on June 30th, and Optus is expected to switch off the network in September, meaning devices that rely solely on 3G will no longer operate. Despite the deadline quickly approaching, about 113,000 Telstra customers have not yet upgraded their 3G handsets. Optus could not provide a figure. But of greater concern is that 4G enabling handsets may not be able to call 000 once the 3G networks are switched off because of the way these phones are configured. Members of the Australian Rwanda community gathered at Parliament House in Canberra to mark the 30th anniversary since the 1994 Rwanda ceremony that saw 1 million people killed.
Around 100 people walked up the hill to Parliament House today in a ceremony called Kwibuka. Kwibuka in Kenya, Rwandan means to remember. It's a ceremony of walking together and truth-telling by the survivors of genocide. These ceremonies have been taking place since the years immediately after the genocide that saw as many as 1 million people killed in a brutal and bloody civil war that shocked the world. Kwibuka is a chance for those affected by the genocide to speak of their experiences, an act of healing and ownership of their history.
For me as a survivor and sole survivor of my family, having the community come together and also having Australians come alongside for support, this is big. I obviously can't believe it's 30 years. I was only a 14-year-old little girl and now it's 30 years, so it's big for my family, for the memories of my family, but also for our community and obviously for the survivors.
Kwibuka ceremonies will be held among the Rwandan diaspora all over the world on this 30th anniversary. They will continue to be held for the next 100 days, signifying the length of the genocide until Liberation Day in early July.
In sports, with tough match-ups and exciting contest on the board, the NCDDA Corporate Dart competition is gaining momentum after round 3 concluded on Friday, April 5th, with several upsets recorded. New teams in the competition have made their mark, signaling that there's more excitement to come after the Car Club in Port Moresby. In Pool A, newcomers Teal Datons and Digicel merge as surprise packages, defeating their opponents. Teal Daton trumped over Midday 72, while Digicel outplayed PNG Power 6-3 in an entertaining finish. Digicel entered the Car Club with high spirits and good coordination, aiming to prove their worth against a strong PNG Power outfit. Although the match was eventually contested in the first 4 matches, Digital regrouped to secure a victory, providing its slogan, Better Together. In the other Pool A results, CC Pistons narrowly edged out PMNEC 1-5-4, BSB Bulls 2 dashed NBC's hopes with a 6-3 victory. And that's it. That's all for Midday News. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
He's seen as a table legend.
That is delicious.
Join Tommy Gomes in a tasty